Hello, I welcome you to this tutorial session. This is a mathematics question I got from one of my followers. A triangular field has two sides 50 meters and 60 meters long, and the angle between these sides is 96 degrees. How long is the third side? That's a question sent in by one of my followers begging for answer to it. So the very first thing in this is that let's try to interpret this question into a diagram. A rectangular field has side 50 meter long and 60 meters. So if you want to look at it, let's say I pick this side, that's 50 meters, and the other side 60 meters, in which the angle between them is 96. So if I'm to draw it, this will give me angle 90, but we are talking about angle 96. So let me try and do something. Yes. And the third side, if I'm to close it, good. So if going by that question now, this is the side 50 meters, this is the side 60 meters, and this is the angle between them, which is angle 96 degrees. So we are looking for this third side, which is side X. Let's label it side X. Now, whenever we have problem like this is not a right angle triangle. So to be able to solve this is a special triangle that is not a right angle triangle, where we then use cosine. Let's take, for example, whenever we have a triangle such as this, if this is A, we have angle A, and this is B, we have angle B, and this is C, where we have angle C. Let's take the corresponding sides as this one, side A, this is side B, and this is side C. So to be able to use cosine rule, when do we use cosine rule? Number one, the triangle must be a non-right angle triangle. Number two, two sides and the angle between them must be given to us. Two sides and the angle between them must be given to us for us to effectively use what we call the cosine rule. Let's take, for example, we are given the side C and side A here, and the angle between them, which is B, is also known. How can we use cosine rule to find this side B? So to be able to use this, the cosine rule now says the square of side B is equals to the sum of the squares of A and C, as A square plus C square, minus 2 multiplied by AC multiplied by the cos of B that is given to us. So this is cosine rule, which you can also write if you are given, let's say you are given the side B, you are given the side A and the angle C. How do you get side C? You can also rewrite it here. C square is equals to the sum of this, the square of this angle, that's A square plus B square minus 2AB, then cos C that is given to us. The same thing can be done for A. You can try that out. If C is given to you and B is given to you and the angle is given, how then do we get side A? You can rewrite that here, A square, whatever it will be. So now that you understand the use of cosine rule, let's go back to the question. Here we are going to use cosine rule, and the cosine rule for this formula says x squared will be equals to 60 squared plus 50 squared minus 2 open bracket 60 times 50 multiplied by the cos of 96 degrees. Moving on, we can use our calculator to solve this. That will be 3,600 plus 2,500 minus, you use 2 to multiply everything here, and that's, this one will give us 3,000 multiplied by 2, that's 6,000. Then multiply by the cos of 96. Alright, stop there. Now this cos 96, if we are given this question in WAEC, it's easy for us to press our calculator directly and say cos 96 and we get the answer. But we are going to be missing a mark. Here, giving you a cos that is bigger than 90 degrees, they want to test your knowledge of your quadrant analysis. What are we saying here? Remember the 4 quadrants where we often say all science take chemistry, or we say cast. All is positive, sine is positive, tan is positive, cos is positive. So this is 90 degrees, and when we move to this side, that's 96 degrees. So theta is 96 degrees here. Remember, at this quadrant, the second quadrant, we use 180 degree minus theta, and cos is negative. So that is what we need to bring in solving this, please. So here it becomes negative cos. When you take 96 from 180, you get 84. Being able to do this fetch you a mark that you understand the analysis of this triangle. Then we move back to say you add these two together, that's 6,100. Please don't make mistake of bringing this negative 6,000 into the analysis here. This negative 6,000 is jointed with this negative cos 84 by the sign multiplication. So it has a relationship with this and not with this. Do we get that? Now that we understand that negative multiplied by negative, that's positive, then 6,000 will be multiplied by cos 84, which is 0.1045. Is that interesting? Very good. Okay, now that we know that, sorry, I will have to clean this part. Now that we know that, we can then say, moving on, you can use your calculator to solve those problems. Here we have it to be x squared will become 6,100 plus, you multiply 6,000 with 0.1045. Please, it is not 0.1045. It is 0.1045. That is how it is pronounced. Numbers after decimal. So when you multiply that, that gives you 627. Then you can add this, giving us 6727. Remember, we have been dealing with x squared, and our interest is to find the value of x. Then x will be equals to the square root of this, which is 6727. Then your x will be equals to the square root of this. Using our calculator will probably be 82 point something. Okay, 82.01, which we can approximate our x to be equals to 82 meters. So we have been able to successfully interpret this question and solve the value of x, where x is said to be 82 meters. If you enjoyed this, please follow this channel and as well as subscribe for more interesting educational content like this. Thank you.